Hello again, welcome back to my class. So this week you are going to have your second presentation. So yeah, in this semester you will have two presentations and this is your second presentation, your last presentation in this semester. In the last presentation, I gave the materials about the way to make a good presentation slides, PowerPoint slide, I mean. So in this meeting, I'm going to give you the way to deliver the presentation orally, a good presentation orally. Um, in the brief, I will give you some catchphrases, some expressions for you to open, to close, and also to have some taking turns during your presentation so that your presentation will not be boring, will be a bit flawless because you have a very good opening and closings in your presentation. Okay. So I would start with the outline firstly, everyone. This is the thing that I would like to explain to you. So there are some catchphrases, some expressions that you can deliver before you are going to your topic explanations. The first one, you can have your opening expressions and also somebody's expressions, and then taking turn, question session, and also closing. Okay, let me start with the opening. So when you open or when you start your presentation, there are some opening expressions that actually you can start. You can have. The first one is the greetings. Yeah, you need to start your um, presentations with the greetings, and then you can also have introductions to the members of the group. You may have to introduce the members of the group if your presentation is a group presentation, so if any. And then the last one is introduce the title. You have to also introduce the title, but not only the title. You need to also give a brief explanations about the topic as a whole. Only a brief explanations. I will give you the examples of making the opening, but it will be the next slides. Yeah, let me continue again with the next slides. Okay. So the opening starts with the greetings. What kind of greetings that you can have? You may start with salam, okay, or you can also start with good morning or good afternoon, everyone. So good afternoon, everyone. Good morning, everyone. And it depends on what time do you start your presentation. And then the next one is this one. This is the small talks. It is very nice, or it is very pleased to have you here in this meeting or in this class. Okay, that is the small talks. And then the next one is introduce your name. My name is someone, and then we are from group something. If this is a group presentation, if you are individual presenter, you have your individual presentation, you can have until just this one. My name is someone. Okay, next is introduce your member. Okay, if your presentation is a group presentation, you may have to introduce the name of your member as well. So before we start the presentation, let me introduce the members of the group. First is someone, second is someone, and the last is someone. If your presentation is individual presentation, you may continue with this one only. And I hope my presentation can be useful to enlarge your knowledge. So after you mention your name, you may continue with this one. Okay. Next, after you introduce the member, you have to continue with introducing the title. It is very important part in your opening because the audience, the reader or the viewers will start to get interested in your presentation from the opening. So you have to continue. So have to start with talking about the title and also explaining a brief information about the topic. Only a brief, hanya sedikit saja. So today I would like to deliver my presentation titled blah blah blah. In brief, the presentation is all about blah blah blah. Only one sentence or two sentences about the informations of your topic before you really continue with the explanations. Okay, so why we have this one? Kenapa kita punya brief informations about the topic? Because yeah, to make your readers, to make your viewers, audience get interested with your presentation. Okay. Let me give you the examples of the opening, okay, and also the brief explanations about the topic. So the topic I would like to get the examples is about sustainable architecture, because that is the most I remember the topic that I remember the most. So let me start, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Terus apa nih? It is very nice, or it is very pleased to have you in here in this meeting, in this class. My name is Gharizi, and I hope my presentation can be useful to enlarge your knowledge. Today, I would like to deliver my presentation titled Sustainable Architecture. In brief, the presentation is about the way to maintain our environment as long as the same way, as well as making a good development in architecture. That is all about the sustainable architecture. That's the opening examples of your presentation. Okay, next, continue with the body, everyone. So in the body there is no general explanation, general expressions or catchphrases in your body, because it is up to you. It is up to the topic of the presentation, but the things that you have to explain in your body is this one. Introduce the outline of the article. The outline is, again, everyone, daftar isi. So before you continue with your explanation, it is better for you to make the audience know what kind of informations, what are the information that you want to tell to the audience. Okay, that is the outline. And then you have the introductions of the definition, if there is, and then give the most essential elaborations from the presentation. Hanya elaborations yang paling essential saja, yang paling penting saja in your presentation. Okay, and don't forget to make your PowerPoint pointer, but paragraph in your oral presentation. Next, taking turns. Taking turn is when you have a group presentation and then you want to take turns with the other speaker in your group. This is called take turns. If you have done with your explanations and you want to go with the next speaker or next presenter, this is the expression. That is from me. The next explanation will be presented by someone. Next presenter is the presentation will be continued by, and then to someone. The floor is yours. Okay, next is the question sessions. So after you have done with your explanations, with your presentation, it is the time for you to have the question session. Perhaps in the next semester you will conduct offline presentations, and you have the audience, you have the viewers facing to you, and then you would like to have a question session. This is the expressions of start your question and answer session. That is the end of my presentation. Do you have any question? Atau we would like to invite 3 questions for you, atau we would like to invite 2 questions from you. Please raise your hand if you want to have a question. Okay, this is for the offline questions, the offline presentation. Okay, next, after you have done with your presentation, you also have done with the question and answer session, it is the time for you to close your presentation. Yeah, there are also some expressions you have to say to your viewers when you want to close your presentation. Perhaps this one. That is all from me, or that is all from my group. And thank you very much for your attention and question. Or if there is no question, you can start with thank you very much for your attention. And then you may continue with this one. I apologize if there are some mistakes I did during the presentation. And then you want to close it by salam or good morning or good afternoon. Okay? So, find some expressions that you can do, that you can say, that you can take in your presentation, ya. Daripada your presentation itu hanya berisi tentang topics of your explanations, and then it will be, and I am pretty sure you, not only you who do the presentation, but also the audience will be bored with your presentation. You may make your presentation a bit, a bit good to see with your expressions of opening, closing, and your question sessions. Okay, this is some trivia. Try to make your own patterns of opening and closing the speech. You can make your own speech, but your speech needs to be grammatical. What it means is that if you want to make your own patterns of expressions of catchphrases, ini kan catchphrases or expressions yang saya buat, that I have made. But actually you can make your own expressions, your own catchphrases. Okay, but the most important rules about making these expressions is that it should be grammatically correct. Grammatically correct and also meaningfully correct, so that people or the audience will understand with what you say. Okay, it will be not too difficult, nggak akan terlalu sulit, because this is very common. Okay, and people already familiar with this kind of opening and closing speech. Then I believe you can have your own patterns of opening and closing speech. Next, the last one is practice is always useful for the presentation. Yeah, please do the practice 1 or 2 times or even 3 times before you have your own presentation. Please avoid read aloud from your presentation. Tolong hindari hanya membaca di dalam presentasi kamu. You may have to memorize some of your presentation, harus dihafalkan sedikit atau beberapa slides harus dihafalkan, so that you will be much more confident with your presentation. Okay, and then you can focus to the camera instead of focusing on your in your slides. Okay, I really hope your presentation will be much better from the last one, and this is your assignment. Again, you have to make the PowerPoint slide at least 10 items from the articles. Make your slides into pointers. I really not appreciate the paragraph presentation. And then try to make 10 minutes. Tolong buat paling nggak 10 menit. 10 minutes in your presenting your PPT. It means one slide, 1 minute. Okay? So take it easy when you do your presentation, everyone. Use opening and closing catchphrases in your presentation. Silahkan digunakan expressionsnya atau catchphrasesnya, because it will make your presentation, I believe it will make your presentation smooth. Yeah, smooth. Terlihat lebih lembut. Okay. Okay, I think that is the end of my explanations about delivering your PPT. I hope this is it will be useful for you to to do your presentation. Okay, so please do the practices, everyone. Do the presentation, your second presentation, and then see you on the next meeting with the next topic, with the next explanation. Thank you.